Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel and don't forget to like and subscribe. Today our topic is real estate, and in real estate today we are going to discuss about one person that is very important when it comes to Airbnb kind of a business. I know most of us might be wondering, who is this one person that is very important? You don't have to worry, because this one person is none other than a gardener. Yes, I know somebody might be wondering, why is a gardener very important in any particular kind of Airbnb, and especially to that kind of an investor who already has a lot of kind of a space to do any particular kind of a gardening? You don't have to worry, because we have you covered. Now, you have to understand that a gardener is crucial for any Airbnb, because a well-maintained outdoor kind of a space significantly enhances guest experience, attracts more booking, and adds value to the property. In that case, it acts like a marketing kind of a tool. After all, who does not like residing in a place that has a kind of a well-manicured kind of a gardening? Everybody would love to stay, or rather reside, in a place that they feel kind of welcoming, or the experience is out of this world. I'm imagining, for example, of that particular kind of maybe a diasporan kind of guest who is, for example, sourcing for any particular kind of Airbnb kind of a house, and during their kind of sourcing, they come across a particular kind of a host who already has a very well manicured kind of a garden, apart from having a fully furnished kind of an apartment. Do you think that particular kind of a guest would, of course, go for that kind of a house that has a well manicured kind of a garden? Of course, because this kind of a house stands out amongst its competitors. After all, who does not love seeing, for example, kind of flowers around, a kind of nice kind of landscaping along the path when you are walking around in the houses? Of course, these are some of the kind of things that attract any particular kind of a guest, either locally or internationally. So it is important to understand that a gardener is very important in kind of Airbnb, as again the same kind of a gardener ensures the grounds are visually appealing, creating a welcoming and relaxing kind of atmosphere that positively influence guest satisfaction and encourage repeat kind of a business. Do you know, being a host and having a well-trained or professional kind of a gardener, do you know just that alone can cause a lot of traffic or repeat kind of a business in particular kind of Airbnb? I know you might ask me how. Just imagine having a guest who is, for example, doing a kind of sourcing and going around and checking any kind of listing in any particular kind of Airbnb, and the same kind of a guest seeing that at any particular kind of a time, even before they check your house, the compound is very appealing, a very nice kind of landscaping. Who does not like to have that? I know anybody would love to stay in a place that has a good kind of manicured kind of a garden, a good kind of landscaping, because it is more welcoming even to any kind of a guest, either locally or diasporan kind of a guest. And this actually could make any particular kind of a host have more revenues when it comes to rental for that particular kind of Airbnb, and stand out amongst other kind of competitors. Can you imagine of a kind of a host who has a very good kind of Airbnb kind of a house, but when you check outside, you see the kind of the plants, they have weeds, they are not well taken care of? Do you think any particular kind of a guest would love to reside in such a kind of environment? Of course no, because if the same kind of a guest, by checking a different kind of a house, having a well-manicured kind of a gardening, of course this one will stand out amongst the many. And you as a host, you might be wondering, how comes you don't get guests? How comes you don't have a repeat kind of business in R&B, and yet your neighbor has a repeat kind of a business in R&B? You are not the problem. The house is not the problem. The reason is because your compound, your kind of a garden is not appealing. And no kind of a guest would like to stay in a kind of an environment that is not appealing. So, unless you come to understand that it is important to have a professional kind of a gardener in your kind of R&B kind of a business, you'll always complain of not receiving any kind of bookings in your kind of R&B. So for you as a host to have a repeat kind of a business or cause traffic in your R&B kind of a business, the space that you have, or rather the compound that you have, you should be in a position to have a gardener so that they help in maintaining that particular kind of gardening and make it appealing to any particular kind of a guest, thereby causing you as a host have more revenues as well, being in a position to having a saying that goes, a happy kind of a client, a happy home owner, and a happy home owner smiling all the way to the bank. Is all that for today. Till next time. Bye-bye.